everyone, welcome back. Of course, I hope you're already in for some new DIY inspiration. If you're new here and you see me for the first time, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. I keep it short. On this channel you will find seasonal DIYs and daily decor DIYs, so enough to see. Do you want to see even more DIYs? Come on over to my description box. There you find all the links for our DIY channels, so go check it out. And if you like this content, of course, I hope you will subscribe to my channel, because subscribing doesn't cost you anything, and give me a thumbs up. Enough talking for today. I'm going to take out my tumbling tile blocks again. Of course, I hope you join me, and if you're only here for watching, of course, have fun watching. For this DIY, we only need a couple of things. We need, of course, our tumbling tile blocks, our glue gun, some Mod Podge, some furniture wax, a scissor, some brush, a pencil and a ruler, and of course some glue sticks, and an old piece of cardboard you just have laying around. And you also can use a little piece of thin wood, but I chose for cardboard because it doesn't cost us, and we are going for a DIY which is costing a lot less than you would normally buy it in the store. And of course we need a print, but you will see that later how I make my print. The first thing what we're going to do, we are going to make from our tumbling tile blocks a very easy and simple frame, and you can choose any size you like. I choose 3 blocks, 2 blocks and 3 blocks and 2 blocks, but you can also bend it over if you want to make them bigger, because we are going to make 2 lemon signs. But of course you can choose any size you like. But I'm going, like I said, I'm going for the, and I'm going to squeeze. This is 1, and we are going to do the tops again, and this will be a number 3. We are going to make 1 of 3 again, like this, and remove the glue, and we are going to do it on this side. And I see here a little bit glue on the side, and we are going to glue this, and this is number 2. Now we are going to make 2 of 2, like this. And of course I am always stuck in my in my glue, but of course you will do it much better than I will because sometimes I'm totally under the glue, like this. So we have 3, and if you want to have it a little bit smaller, then you have to go with 2 of 2 and 1 and 2 of 1. Then you get a little bit smaller, and if you want to have it bigger, you don't do 3, but you do 4 or 5. But if you do 4 or 5, also this one is coming with 1 more or 2 more. So if you do 4, then this will be 3. If you do this one 5, this one will be 4. So this way you get it bigger, or else you get a square, and I'm not going for the square. So what I'm going to do, I'm doing some glue on the tops, and I'm going to lay this one over here, like this, squeeze it, and I get it off my table. This is 1. Now we're going to forgo this one, and this will be over here, but I feel a little glue. I'm going to do some glue on the tops, and I'm going to glue it not next to it, but on the front, and squeeze it again, like this. And now we're going to get the last of number 2, and he is fitting, you see already in here. And I'm going to do some glue on this side and a little bit on the end of this side. And now we're going to try to place it in, and of course you see we have to work a little bit with it to get it straight and on the same length, like this. Keep it in place for a couple of seconds until it is dried up, like this. And I have to tell you, because I am using a glue gun, so the glue from my glue gun, but I had a question from someone who just saw on Deco Easy our 10 best of tumbling tile blocks DIYs, and she called Ellie, and she is asking if you want to keep your DIYs a little bit longer, then it's, of course, it is better not to use the glue from your glue gun, but then you have to use some wood glue or maybe E6000 or at least another glue, because this glue is fast, but it is not really strong. So if you go with it and with a sign, it is okay, because you need a backside of cardboard or wood, then it doesn't fall apart. But if you make a truck or something else, or the TV, I made a couple of DIYs earlier, then you really need to have something better than the glue from your glue gun. So this is already one frame. So we make our own little silhouette of our frame. And of course, its cardboard is always going a little bit over or through your cardboard, like this. And I'm going to cut this one out with my scissors. And of course, I make a second one also, same, whoop, the same like we did here. I'm going to make a second one. You see, I made for both of our frames two picture frames, you can call it, at least the back side. We have two pieces of this one, and he is totally fitting on top of here. What we're going to do right now, I'm going to lay these two apart, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my furniture wax and I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to do some both designs in the furniture wax. But of course, ooh, there's a little bit too much. Don't don't do it. Don't do it the way I do it. It was one big what's coming out. Just to take a little bit less, but at least I take the furniture wax. But you can choose any color you like. If you like more a black frame or a red frame, white frame, distress it any way you like. I'm going to just choose for the furniture wax. Furniture wax, I let it dry for at least a half hour. Then I'm going to take a piece of kitchen towel. I wipe everything which is not dried up. I'm going to wipe away, and then I'm going to, so I get a nice smooth surface. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you now along to my computer, and we are going to make our own lemon sign. So we will see how this will turn out. Almost before I do forget, also, if you are still painting or in some furniture wax, do a couple of your blocks, I think 6, also with paint, or in my case with some furniture wax, so we can use it as a stand on the back side, and everything is in the right color you need it for in your decor. So don't forget, 6 loose blocks. I don't know how much you will need, but at least make 6 blocks, also in a color which at your choice. Our picture frames are dried up, and I did with some kitchen towel. Like I said, I wiped the most of the wax away, so it just gets a nice rustic look. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take you now along to my computer, and we are going to make a print for on top of the back side of our picture frame. I am really happy with the cute two little signs. Of course, I'm going to cut them out and we are going to make them ready to do them on top of our backside of our picture frame. What I'm going to do, because I want to have my picture really in the middle of my frame, and that's always a hard task if you just glue it on top of here and hoping that it will come on the right way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this over like this, and I'm going to measure out where I want to have my backside, so where I want to glue it. Then I'm going to turn it over like this, and I'm just going to lay it down, and I do some pressing, and I take my pencil and I'm going to make a line around it where I need to have my picture like this. And now I really hope, because I was looking for a white pencil but I couldn't find a white, so we will see if I can see this one, or else I need to have another color. But this is what I'm going to do, you know what I mean. I can see the lining, of course. I think you can see it also a little bit if I'm looking in the camera. I hope I don't blind you. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to, for certainty, I'm going to do all the after all the backside, all the cardboard. And cardboard here in the Netherlands we call karton, and you call it cardboard, but like I said, it looks a little bit the same, but we just have a little different sound. Karton is a little bit different than cardboard. So I'm going to do the Mod Podge on top of here. And I do the whole piece, so I'm sure that everything has some Mod Podge on top of it. Of course, I'm going to go over it and do it any way you like, because I'm not really the greatest person. You have to see how you can Mod Podge, because I'm always a little bit different about it. So I'm going to go, and I have to lay it down like this, and I'm going to go easy over it and just place it on top of my board. And take your time for this. So I have my picture glued on top of here. You still see the Mod Podge. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my picture frame, and again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some Mod Podge instead of glue, and I'm going to do the back side of our picture frame also with some Mod Podge this way, and just do as much as you think is necessary for your print, of course. And I'm going to do, it's also a little bit depending on the paper you are using. So go over it like this. And I'm going to place it over our frame. And this way we are going to glue it. And I'm going to measure out. I still need to look if I have it in the right spot. Like this. And now I'm going to press it down and keep it a couple of seconds in place. You see already one is already done, and I'm going to do the second one, but I'm going to do that a little bit. And I let it dry now for at least a half hour. I did only on the back side of the picture, I did some Mod Podge, but if you want a little bit more like a matte shiny look, go ahead and after half an hour, when it's dried up, go do a second layer on top of your picture. But I don't like it, so I'm leaving it in the matte finish. But go ahead. And you see I have did my signs away, and I am going to take my 6 blocks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a stance. And it's very easy. Do on the side some glue. And of course, I should have put away my kitchen towel. He's still here under, like this. And I'm going to glue this one on top of the two we just made and just in the middle like this, and just place them this way, and then this is what you get. You get just a 3-pack, and I'm going to glue it on the back side of my sign, but I'm going to make sure that I don't glue it totally under, but a little bit on the height you have your cardboard, because when you are placing then on this, it goes a little bit backwards and it doesn't fall every time over. So don't do it totally on the underside, just a little bit higher like this, and then it can stand really nice. And here you see a quick impression of our two tumbler tower blocks signs, and they are so easy to make, especially if you like the rustic, black, yellow and the lemon theme for the spring and summer season. So I had so much fun making this cute two little signs. I hope you also give it a try, and you will find the free printables in my description down below. For this DIY, we need only a couple things. We need some tumbler towel blocks, a little piece of twine. We need some paint at your choice. I'll probably go for the lighter yellow. Some painter's brush, of course, some stickers with some lettering, but of course if you are a great one who can draw or make letters yourself, it's great also, but I'm not a great writer like that. I'm going to use my glue gun, my tumbler towel blocks. I use my glue gun and of course some glue sticks, and these are the main things we need for this DIY, and we are going to make two cute little houses for the spring season. For the houses I'm going to try to make, again, I made a couple of DIYs earlier in our playlist. You can find the houses I made. I made also two or three little white houses. So go check it out if you want to see to make that kind of houses. For now, I'm also going to make, like we have here in the Netherlands, and especially in Amsterdam, we have our houses on the top, looks like a little bit like a staircase. So if you want to see, go look some pictures from Amsterdam, from the houses, and there you find most of the houses. So what we're going to do, I'm going to make two sizes. So I'm going to make on the top, I'm doing some glue. I'm going to glue this together like this. And this is already one. And I'm going to make 7 of this one for the smaller size. And I also will make one from a little bit of a bigger size. But of course, that one will we do a little bit faster. And this is already number 3, because this is so easy. Everyone can do it. I always say, when I can make it, you can make it, because I'm also just like everyone else who probably will watch, especially when you're just an amateur like I am. Then you are always looking for the right ways to do DIYs. But always I always say, give yourself some grace, because everyone is doing their best, and some people are sometimes a little bit better than other people, but I'm just like you, just an amateur. I'm always trying, and I'm always very jealous on people who build things and DIYs so fast and easy. I have already 4, 5 and 6, and now we're going to do the last one. And if you don't want to hear me talking, then maybe you have to skip a little bit forward, but of course I hope you don't. I always love talking to you. So we have 7. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to place them on the side. I'm going to do 2 of them like this against here. But you see already, I have some glue on the sides, and then you immediately see that it doesn't stand up straight. I do this one will be a little bit lower, and I'm just always going to look for, before I'm going to glue it, I'm going to look for how it will look like before I do my glue, my wood glue, or your, and you see already probably this one, you see he's standing, and there is some glue on this side also. And that's why I always keep, just like a racket, telling you, please take a little bit of time to remove your glue. like this, and I'm going to glue this together. And maybe I think, yeah, I'm going to do it with some like this, and I'm going to place this one over here and just squeeze it and press it down. This is already a one. Now we're going to do the next one a little bit higher. Of course, I need some glue again, like this. And of course, I don't have to do it too high. And I try to keep the same measurement in between, like this. And you can do it with some ruler and look for what is the, did you do 2 centimeters or 1 centimeter? Just go ahead. I'm going for this one. Just do some glue on this way. And again, place, because this is the middle, we are going to place it on here and squeeze it and press it down. And now you already have one half of your house. And now we're going to do this one. But of course, we are going to do it on the same height like we did with the one before. Some glue over here. And don't do it totally to the underside, like this. And squeeze it and press it down. We are going to take the other one and we are going to look for the same height. And again, do some glue, like this. And of course, and I'm going to measure it out. At least I'm eyeballing it out, if I'm correct in English. I think a lot of people will call that eyeballing it out. For us as Dutch people, that's a really strange word, eyeballing it out, because for us it is a little bit of a difficult word. And now we're going to do the last one. And we are going to place it also again on the same height like we have the other one. Like this. And you see already, now you already have the top of a house we have here in Amsterdam. And you see already the underside, of course, it doesn't is the right. But I'm going to take my ruler later and I'm going to make a line over here and we are going to saw the underside flat. But I'm going to make the second one a little bigger. For the second house, we will do, like I said, one size bigger, and you can go so many sizes bigger if you want to. We are going to do not 2, but we are going to go for 3 on top of here, like this, and then he will be one size bigger. But you can go for 4, you can go for 5. Just do whatever you think is right and is where you need it in your decor. So go ahead, do it any size you like. And this is already the number 2. And like I said, I will do the rest of them because we also make this one not 7, but we are going to make them 9 pieces of 3. So he also will be bigger in, this is the height and this will be the, at least you know what I mean. We in the Netherlands call it the breedte. So in Dutch it means breedte, but, and this is lengte. So a little bit of Dutch also in here, but let me know in the comments down below if how you call this. Of course, I can look it up on Google, but it just I have my 9 rows of 3, and again we are going to look for if there's not some glue on the sides, and then I'm going to glue again like this. I always lay it down before I'm going to, like I said, glue it. And again, make sure. And this one. And of course, here's not one. This one over here. I'm going to, this is a little bit too high. And I always say you can better look before you glue it than when you did glue it and it doesn't look the way you was hoping that it would look. And this one. And again, I have here some glue on the sides. And like this one, I think he is also a little bit of glue because he doesn't fit quite nicely. And you see, this is already the one house and he will be, like you see, a lot bigger than the first one. So again, I'm going to go glue all of it together and like this, and just place it against each other like this. And I'm sorry if I say a lot of like this. That's just my, here in the Netherlands we call it a stopwoordje, but that's just because sometimes I'm a little bit looking for which English words I can use. So bear with me. And I'm just going for a little lower like this. And squeeze it and press it down. And we're going for the next one. And on this size. And this way you can also measure out really nicely where you want to have your piece. And this will be the middle one. And so again, just do some. And like I said, I use now my glue of my glue paint, but of course you can use some wood glue also. That's also a great thing. And then he stays a little bit longer in each other, because that's the sad thing about your glue from your glue gun. It does not always give you the sturdiness you need, and sometimes it falls apart without sometimes even touching it. It's always looking apart. But we are going to do a little lower. We are going to do the other side of the house, and we are going to go on the same height like we did here. And again, squeeze it and press it down. And you see we have here one with a brand inside of here, and this one you can easily use because we don't throw things away, and if you do it in the inside you don't even see it. So some glue on top of here, and again we are going to glue this one on the same height like we have the other one, and squeeze it and press it down. And I always make one big mess with my glue. I don't know how you are doing it, but with me it is always, especially when I'm filming, L is coming down or it's falling or something else. But every time, you see already now, you see everything is gluing together already. Like this, I have to go a little lower and squeeze it and press it down. Like this. And now we're going to do the last one. And we need some glue stick again. And we do the last. And squeeze it and press it down. And now we already have our two houses, and I'm going to get my ruler and my pencil, and we are going to cut off the on the side. So I have my ruler and my pencil, and I'm just going to cut off with the middle one is the lowest, and I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to cut off the rest. So make sure that you have it in a straight line, and I'm going to make a line over here. So I know where I do need to cut. So this one, you see, I have the line over here, and here I'm going to get my jigsaw, and you can also use a handsaw. Most of the time your blocks are staying together when you are going to saw it, but especially when you use wood glue, it really stays together. So I hope that this one also stays together. We will see how this will turn out, but we will. You never know. And I had so much luck, and he stayed in one piece. This is one, and of course our smaller little house. What I'm going to do, because I want to give them two colors and I want to give it a little bit of a theme from lemons. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this one a yellow, bright yellow like this. And I'm going to do some of my kitchen towel, and of course I have to give it a little push like this, and I'm going to give it only a distressed look. So I mean, just dab it off and just go a little bit in the middle to give it a nice distressed look, not totally to the ends, but because the ends I'm going to do with some furniture wax. So just go over it, and you see this is a little bit of the lighter color, so you still can see the wood through it, and that's what I like. So I will do this in the yellow, and like I said, in the yellow color, this is a little bit brightly yellow, but maybe it also looks very nice if you do it a little bit with some darker yellow. But everyone's choice, and I did some white color. Of course, you saw me doing it with the white color from this package, but this was totally a disaster. It wasn't even looking on top of here, so I had to go back to my old chalk paint white, and this one you can see. Now I have my very cheap brand furniture wax, and I'm just going to go inside of the furniture wax like this, and of course also dab it off on a piece of kitchen towel, because we don't want to have too much, and we are just going around the lines to make the house gives his shape. So you go around the sides, and I don't do in the middle, I just only do the sides and around the house, so it gives a nice rustic look on the side like this. And I'm going to do the back side and the sides with some furniture wax, because I want to finish it off, and I'm going to do the same with the white. You see, our little houses are finished, and I am so happy how they are looking like, especially the rustic look. But I did some furniture wax on the side, but you can choose also to do it with some black distressing, some white distressing. Choose any color you like. I have here my sticker letters, and I have my twine and some tags and a little a wasp pin. I don't think I'm going to use it for the bigger one. I'm only going to do on the back side, I'm going to do some glue like this. I'm going to lay my twine inside of here and wait until it is dried up before I can turn it a couple of times, not very neatly, but a little bit more all the way like this. And I'm going to go maybe this way and a little bit sideways. Just do whatever you think feels right, but not totally very neat. And I'm going to go over to the back side, and I'm going to cut it off and glue it. I'm just going to do some glue over here and lay my twine inside, wait until it is dry, and then I'm going to cut it off. And this is how I leave my back house. Of course, if you want to decorate it even more, go ahead. This will be the for the back side of the house. I'm going to do the front house now, and I'm going to do some letters on top of here, and I'm going to write the word lemon, and these are golden letters, and I'm just going to lay them down. I'm not going to stick them already together, because first I want to see how they are looking like. So I'm just going to lay them over here, and so I can remove it still ahead. I need the letter M, and I see already I have not in this package, so I need another another package already. Yeah, I found a letter M, so so I can lay it over here, and you see already I need to go a little bit to the left with these letters, and this one over here, and I'm going to try to get the letter M a little bit in the middle like this. I need my scissors so I can go very neatly to the side, and this one needs to go to the side, and I'm going to do the letter M in the middle. And now we need an O, and we're going to lay it next to it, and of course it must not stick on top of each other. I will finish this off, the word lemon, because this will take much too long for you. I have the word lemon on top of here, but I am really not fond of the gold color because it doesn't pop out enough at my taste. So I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to make the letters just in the black color like this. So take your time. If you also do it, make sure that you do it very neatly. So I'm going to make all of them black. So I have the word lemon on top of here. What I'm going to do, take my faux lemon. I'm keeping out the green ending, and I'm just going to cut off just in half. I have to go exactly by the middle, and of course like this. And I have to be, be careful that I don't cut myself. So I will do this because it is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would be. Yes, I got both of them in half. It was a little bit of a task to get them really in half, but you see this is just a styrofoam inside, if I am correctly. Here in the Netherlands we call it piepschuim. Piepschuim is very different word than a styrofoam. I'm going to glue one this side and one on this side like this. And then I'm going to fill up the underside with some greenery because I'm fond of greenery. So what I would do it without greenery. So I'm going to place this as close as I can under the word lemon because we still need to do some twine over here. So I'm going to do some glue on top of our lemon. And like this. And I'm going to place it sideways. And now we're going to do this one. Over here, and now I'm going to place this one again like this, also sideways, and just remove your glue. And I think I'm going to squeeze it in a little bit more because I like that a little bit better. Now I have some little pieces of boxwood, and I'm going to do a couple of them just in the underside of our lemon. So just do some glue on the ending, only on the ending, like this, and just lay it in the corner this way. And I'm going to do the other one in the other way, and something on the ending again, and again squeeze it inside over there and keep it in place for a little moment until it is dried up. And so you get already a nice little display for your house. And now we only need to do a couple of turns with some twine. So we do some glue on the back side. We are laying the twine in here and wait a couple of seconds until it is dried up before we're going to make our turns. And I always stuck with my glue like this, and now I'm going to go over and I'm going to do under the pieces of our boxwood this way, And just go over a couple of times like this. And I'm going to go on the back side, take some glue and lay the piece of twine in there, let it dry and cut it off. I just let it dry for a couple of seconds. And now we take the scissor and just going to cut the twine off like this. And this is already how he's turned out. For the second house of the house on the back side, I try out a little bit of the green on the this side also, but I don't know if I like it because the smaller house is coming in front of the bigger house. So I don't know, but you can keep it in mind if you like it. I think I'm leaving it this way. I didn't glue it yet, so I can still get it off. So, and in a moment you see what I choose, if I choose it with the green or without. And you see a quick impression of our tumbling tower blocks, cute little houses you can place anywhere in your decor. I have now the yellow front on the front, but of course I can also change it up and make it in the neutral tone on front. So I am really loving this color also. So you can change it up any way you like. If you like this content and you like what you see, of course, I hope you will subscribe to our channel. If you're not subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything. If you want to see more DIYs, come on over to my description box down below. There you find all the links for our channel, so go check it out. And for now, I wish you all a beautiful and amazing day. And of course, I hope to see you on Saturday. Bye!